Hey, welcome to Sky Replacement for Mr. Tyrrell's photography class. And I would like you to find a picture in Lightroom, in your Lightroom catalog, where you have a person who has a pretty clean background. I want you to have a clean background, okay? So I've got this picture right here, and I'm going to go Command E to send it. It might ask you if you want to edit a copy with Lightroom adjustments. It might not. Just say edit. Yeah, that's fine. And it sends it to Photoshop. Great. Okay, now, normally what I say is anytime you're working on a picture, you need to make a copy of your background and work on that. But to tell you the truth, what we're going to do right now uses something called masks, and it doesn't delete any of the original picture. So you don't actually have to make a copy. All right, so I now want you to go up to Edit and say Sky Replacement right here like that. Awesome. Okay, now you wait just a little bit and you can see there. It automatically put in the sky. Isn't that crazy? All right, so this is kind of an exploratory sort of thing. If it missed a part or if it overlapped at all, you can actually paint in. This is right here, the extend or reduce the sky area. So if you wanted to paint the sky, onto his face or something, or down below, you can paint that on there. If you hold down the Option key, it turns into a minus sign. Let me just show you right here. Hold down the Option key, see the minus sign, so that you can actually you can undo certain areas. Hard to see because there's a gray background right there, but you can see there's the gray background that was in there, and I'm painting in the area right here. There you go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to kind of get in there. Now I'm gonna zoom on out. Yeah, that actually did not look very good at all, did it? I'm just gonna go Command Z, and again and again. All right. So one of the problems is my Photoshop is actually going fairly slowly because I'm also doing the screencast right now. So that will update in a second. Okay, what I want to do though is I want you to click on this little arrow right here and check out all of the different things that you have. You've got blue skies right here. So you want to click on blue skies. You can have it do that. There it is. You want to change the sky. That's awesome. Okay, I like that. There's all these different skies that you can pick. Ooh, I kind of like that one. That one's pretty cool. All right. There's different spectacular sunsets. If you want to throw that in behind them, you can do that. Or spectacular skies, and then a whole variety of sunsets. And it does a pretty darn good job of putting that in there. I gotta say, it's kind of neat. So now, later on, once you get really used to this, you can actually click on this. You can add in your own new sky. You can change your defaults and all that kind of thing. So if you take your own amazing sky, you can add that in there on here. So we're going to click out of there. I want you to play around with a bunch of these. Now, notice when I did that, you see in here, it's kind of missing this. I'm going to use the square bracket to make my brush larger, and I'm going to try to paint on in there. And you'll notice that it hasn't done it. It hasn't added in there. So what I think I'm going to do is I may actually play with it once I get it in back into the layers and stuff. You're going to see, you'll see that it becomes a mask, and you can paint on the mask and really get in and mess with different things here. So yeah, get in there and paint in this area with the mask tool. Anyway, Command 0 gets us back out here. Play around with your different settings. See, look at that. I'm playing around. You can flip it if you wanted to. You can change the lighting mode to screen mode if you want, or multiply. Play around with the lighting adjustment, etc. Do all the stuff that you'd like to do. And then basically, once you've got it the way that you like, whatever, then just say okay. Now, look what you've got here. Here you've got an adjustment layer, foreground lighting, this and sky. This here is the mask. If you click on the mask, and I'm going to zoom on in, you can paint with the brush tool. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to pick the brush tool. And because it's a mask, you have either black or white. And when you paint white, it makes it transparent. So I'm going to hit the letter X and see this right here. Look at that. And I can go in and I can paint whatever it is that I want in here. The other thing I can do too is I can actually add in a selection. So I can get it to pick. I'll say deselect right there. And you can throw in a lasso tool. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm throwing in the lasso tool. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to paint inside. And what it lets you do is it lets you just not care about staying inside the lines. See, I've got this brush. I'm going to make the brush big. Make sure that my hardness is at 0. And I just boom, boom, paint. There you go. All right. Now, once you're at that point there, you can go in and play around with what it is that you like. So you can add, maybe overlap slightly for that. And grab the edge there. And you know what? I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to put my opacity down to about 50. And my flow to about 50, and I'm going to paint a little bit more in this area. And see, so that way I can get in there a little bit, zoom on in, add in my brush, make it a little smaller with my tool. There it is. Okay. If I've gone too far, you see I went too far here, I hit the letter X. And now I'm painting black on this, and I'm taking out the mask. We're going to talk more about masks later on. But anyway, that's how you mess around with it. And it's a pretty cool tool. You do have to watch out that because on the little parts on the inside, for instance, it can make some mistakes, and it can also overlap. You see down in here, this part here, it kind of overlapped a little bit. Awesome. Okay, I think that's looking good. I like that. All right, give it a try on some of the pictures that you like. I think one of the things that I really like about this is that it actually does a fabulous job of of working within trees and leaves and that kind of thing. So really kind of push it and see what it does with backgrounds. Once you're done playing with it, all I want you to do is go Command S to save. It'll save the picture, and then see this red X right here? Just hit that and it closes it. And then you click on Lightroom, and it's automatically imported into Lightroom. Hit the letter G. It's part of your grid mode, and notice that you have your original still. All right, so please go on to the next video.